Do you know what I hate about Costa?
There are many things.
I know, but every week we sit here and we drink Costa on the camera. I hate it so much. I had a bit of a little bit of an argument with one of them picking these up.
Why?
Well, because he gave it to me and he's all upbeat and I was fine with it. I was happy and I was like, "Could I also have 2 extra straws, please?" And he's like, "Huh?" Like 2 extra straws, please. And he goes, Why do you need 2 extra straws? And I said, because your straws are shit. And he was like, there's no need for that. And I went,
yeah, there is.
I'm just answering your question though. And then I was ready to fight this guy. I was so annoyed. But then the guy next to him turned and he was like, "No, the little headsets." He took it. "They are shit straws." And I was like, "Thank you." And I drove off.
I mean, it's
How
not.
dare they,
it's
though?
not like a personal attack, my guy. The fact is that after 10 minutes, this straw is not a straw anymore.
Even now, I'm sucking the straw and it's collapsing. That's not what a straw's supposed to do.
It's mental. Can we not just accept the fact that paper straws aren't straws?
Yeah, they're terrible, and it was just save the beluga whales or something.
I know.
I've never seen a beluga whale use a straw.
It was that one. Do you not remember that video of a turtle that went viral because he had a straw up his nose?
Which also, right? Yeah, as if the green thumbed photographer. Oh, wait, green thumbed is gardening, isn't it?
I don't know, mate.
As if the fucking veggie eating photographer hasn't just shoved that up there to snap a pic.
I don't know. It's quite deep. It's like, have you not seen it? Oh my god! It's like because he started pulling it out, and then I thought it was just going to be just like a little bit of straw, and it just kept going, dude. It was like a massive straw.
Yeah, but look,
and I get that, but then I'm like, of all the problems, all of the problems, the plastics in the ocean, I just don't know if straws are. I don't know. But like the turtle was alive and healthy. If he could breathe.
That's true, yeah.
Because it's a straw.
At least it was a straw. We use it medicinally, don't we? I think I don't know. If we do have to not use plastic straws, it's not paper. Paper isn't the answer. Here's the thing.
If we like get wooden straws.
Here's the thing. If we were sat in that meeting, right, and they're like, "Look, plastic straws are gone." Okay, right, fine. And it was like, what should we replace them with? And someone went, paper, right? And I'm not a scientist, nor am I in the straw industry. But you and I would have been like,
no.
What do you mean?
Paper's not going to work.
That's not the answer,
What other materials have we got? Yeah. Keep rattling them off, paper.
Any metal is better at this rate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Here, how do you drink?
I might have gone the other way on the mix.
Yeah, we might have a bit of a problem some extent. When we're listening to music, we'll be like, "How are you? You
I'm
good?
alright, I'm fine.
Good."
Yep.
This happened last week as well. I'm so tired.
Well, I haven't really done anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I live a mundane life.
I'm on a course at the moment.
Yeah.
And I did a high intensity workout on Wednesday, and I still can't move properly. I'm in so much pain.
Yeah, but in fairness, like a high intensity workout for people like us.
Yeah.
It's not.
I also.
That's like walking up the stairs.
The person who gave it, right? I don't know how to say politely, but in my head I was like, "You do what you're fucking telling me." Do you know what I mean? Because they had.
No, it's always do what I say, not what I do, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It's like those who can't teach PE.
Yeah. Yeah. Those that can't teach gym. You can say gym when it's quote in School of Rock. I'm changing my straw over because look, that's done. Absolutely done. Yeah. But nothing really else to report. I wanted to talk about. I always like to do the non-musical stuff first. Let's see how many times I have to change my straw this episode. Fucking dickhead from Costa. Who's the female football coach?
Oh, I'm so glad you were going to bring it up because
I bet you didn't know whether or not.
No, I wasn't. I hadn't taken a note of it, but just now I literally just thought of it. It is mental. I can't remember her name.
Emma, someone.
I think so.
Bridges, maybe.
But because obviously
we might have to run this through
because
we got a lot of American listeners.
Last week is in the WPL. Is that what it's called?
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, women's football.
So it's the Women's Premier League football, and I can't remember what teams. I want to say maybe Man City and Arsenal. I don't know.
Yeah, we're talking about this absolute fucking whale.
But basically, after the game, right? The what's her name?
Emma Hayes.
Emma Hayes, like, kind of violently shoved the other coach, who's a guy. I don't know his name either.
Yeah, sorry, I don't care about that either.
And like shoved him.
Should we?
And then
I can get this up.
afterwards said it was because like he's been aggressive.
No, she said she was standing up to male aggression.
Yeah. Which I just want to say, like, I don't know if you've seen like clips and stuff, but he's just a coach.
Jonas Edford. No,
Sure, you've covered ground
passionately-
on this.
you
might
have
have
to.
to, yeah.
You absolutely have to. Just, I'll cut to that for now.
Give that a go.
Let's try that again and see if that's any better.
For us quickly.
So
Still a bit loud, isn't it?
it's
Covered ground
quite
on
loud.
this, full-time
It was
there we
quite
saw,
quiet
a little
when we were
something
doing it.
between
There we
you
go.
and Emma Hayes.
So
Want to
she
explain
comes
that
over
for us
and
quickly?
pushes him in the chest, right? And he's like, someone's on my period, right? And here's the thing. I'll get into the whole... I've done a lot of reading about this. I know the whole situation. I know why it happened. I've got all of the background. I personally have always felt in my life there's no place for sexism. And then I saw this clip and I was like, maybe there's a place, because she is a dumb bitch. She's so stupid. What's happened is, before, and I don't know, because I'm out of the loop a little bit with especially Premier League football, but at least in this league, they decide at the start of a match, both teams decide if they want to use one ball or multiple balls.
Yeah, that was it.
So, and what that means is, because if you follow American football, you're like, what do you mean? In football, when the ball goes out of play, you can have loads of other footballs, and you can just get someone to chuck you one of the other ones in play to keep the game going a bit quicker. She decided... He said, I would prefer to keep the game flowing, and she said, we'll use one ball throughout. Constant ball. Right? Then, towards the end of the game, the ball goes out of play for her team, and her player says, give me that ball. Instead of waiting for the one to come back, give me the quick ball. It's near where the managers are, apparently, I think. This part...
Yeah, no, it
maybe.
was. I want to say... I can't remember, but I think it might have even been her that froze the ball.
So
to the player.
he then says, we have agreed, and the rule states we agree for one ball, so you can't use that ball, right? That is the male aggression, which is, it's not male aggression, and it's sexist for her to say it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the backwards shit that happens when people are like, I'm a feminist and I'm fighting. What ends up happening is they're the only people that bring sex into this.
Yeah.
Really, you agreed on a rule, and then you broke it. At the end of football games...
Like, does she think he wouldn't have reacted the way he reacted if she was a bloke?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It would have been the exact same, possibly worse.
Possibly worse, yeah. Also, if you went and pushed him in the chest, he wouldn't have just pulled a face and walked away.
Mm-hmm.
He would have fucking punched you in your ugly mug.
Well,
right?
so here's the thing. Like,
This is the other thing that
here's the
annoys
thing,
me.
right? I will play devil's advocate here, right? Because there have been plenty of times where two male managers, coaches,
Yeah.
have been aggressive with each other, maybe had a little bit of an argy-bargy shove,
Sure.
whatever. But
Definitely happens.
the problem is afterwards when she then says it's because of misogyny and like sexism and like toxic male like aggression or whatever. I'm like, that is when you've then lost the entire room. I'm sorry. Only lunatics will now like see your side of that and go, yep, she's in the right.
Also,
What are we doing here?
Anyone else in this situation, right, would have to apologise.
Yeah.
And in every presser, there's been one since now. There's been a more recent presser.
Because that's what I was going to comment on.
About with the fucking poetry.
The star, she just reads a poem about, like, she has this conducted story, which may or may not be true, about her son asking her about, I don't know, bullying or something stupid. And then she rattles off some stupid poem. In no way acknowledges what she did. In no way does she say that she made a mistake or apologise.
Even that, though, when she talks about her son, and her son's like, oh, but mum, about bullies, and she's like, you never match violence with violence. It's like, yeah, but that's not the situation. You're violent. You're the one that pushed him. You're the bully. So that, yeah, you're right. It had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, if he matched your violence with his violence, you'd be in the hospital right now.
Should we get the poem up? Do you want to hear a poem?
Yeah, I haven't really heard all of it.
Anti-nature.
but-
Sorry, that's an advert because I'm not using my bloody premium account, which is on this laptop. It makes no sense. Do I want to have a free trial of YouTube Premium? I have YouTube Premium. So stupid. Here we go.
Now the dust has settled.
Yeah.
Have you managed to reflect on what happened, not just at the game, but what happened after the game as well?
Of the sip of a
my
drink.
son said
I
to
hate
me
her
after
so
the
much.
game, Mummy, when you push someone in school, you're asked to go and take time out, and I said to him, you know what, darling, you can't meet aggression with aggression. All you can do
Random.
is tell the teacher.
Right.
All you can do
Why'd you push him then?
is go and explain to the teacher, why,
What does she think has happened?
I don't know.
Because
Honestly,
she's saying this, and I'm
it's
like,
baffling.
is she saying the other manager should have went and told the teacher? Who's the teacher?
I don't know.
She's the one that pushed. Right.
you think something's unfair. I said, even if the players go to the teacher, even if the parents go to the teacher.
Who's the
that's
teacher?
all you can
Who are the players?
I want to know who the teacher is.
Aggression.
Is it the ref?
It's
I thought it was a really good
Oh,
conversation
who's the
to have
old
with my
bold
son.
ref?
Yeah, I know you're on about.
He was on the cover of a Pro Evo game.
Yeah. He was like the
What
ref.
happened
This didn't have a poem.
afterwards, not just on the
No,
pitch,
there's a
but
poem
also
coming.
Press conference afterwards with comments that you made. Would you change any of that? Would you stand by?
I
everything
was
you
hearing it.
said?
So when at times the mob is swayed, to carry praise or blame too far, we may choose somewhere like a star.
What?
To stay our minds on and be slayed.
What is she saying?
She's such a cunt, isn't
What
she?
even is
And
that?
again, I'm not editing that one out. Welcome to this podcast. I think the C-Bomb's fake
It's
game now.
fucking. She's
so stupid.
Such a dumb fucking.
She
I don't
should
wanna say
get
it again.
fired. She should get fired as well.
She's just.
I think.
She is an absolute abysmal, terrible role model for boys and girls
Stupid
in the
face
sport.
as well. Isn't this the most unlikable face you've ever seen in your life? Also,
It-
I bet your kid doesn't even call you mummy. She calls you Miss
No,
Hayes.
Yeah.
He hates you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
that's
he's
what
probably got black eyes.
I thought. Well, no, because he just tells the teacher.
Yeah,
it's
imagine.
So
I imagine like that. That's the aggression she shows towards a grown adult.
yeah.
God knows what she does to her.
Right.
That might be libelous. I don't know.
Let's move on. Anyway,
But yeah, what
sorry,
an
I
absolute.
thought I'd
She's
bring it
the
up, though.
absolute degenerate loser of the week.
Yes.
Is that a thing? Can we have loser of the week?
But I've made 2 different graphics, and you immediately you bring in a new graphic. Degenerate loser of the week graphic.
Maybe not degenerate loser of the week,
Loser of the week.
but loser of the week.
And degenerate of the week. I'm running out of hotkeys on my keyboard, though. Is the only problem. Maybe loser of the week, though. I like a loser of the week
Loser
button.
of the week.
Yeah. I don't know what button it'll be.
I think it's granted. You know what I mean?
You ready for what should we do? News? Have you got anything else that you want to talk
Well,
about? that isn't
well,
news?
no, I wanted to
Oh,
talk
wait, no,
about
we have
because
a TikTok
it's
as well.
related. It's kind of related, right? In the fact that it's the realm of sports. But recently, right, and it drives me crazy. We can't do that.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought I'd cut to you, but it's such an aggressive cut.
Recently, and it drives me absolutely crazy, right? I keep seeing on TikTok, basically, people gatekeeping, right, football, right?
I don't
And what I
understand.
mean by that is, one, I saw a TikTok, and it's like I've seen a bunch of people like agree with it or whatever, and a bunch of people say the same thing, that basically it's like, how can you call yourself a fan of a team, right, if you've never been to see them live, right? That is, to me, that's just moronic.
Okay.
Absolutely moronic. Because sometimes you just might not be able to afford to go see your team play, right?
True.
That's just a fact.
So football is for not
let's
poor
say
people.
let's say if you're born next to Man City, right? But you're struggling financially. You've never ever been in a situation where you've been able to afford to go to a game.
Yep.
Are you not a fan now because you haven't seen the team? Or what about if you're an international fan? Do you know what I mean? Like what happens then? I'm sat here in a New York Rangers top. Now I've
You
been
have
to
been, and
I've
I've
been
been
to
to
Madison
Philly.
Square Garden to watch the New York Rangers, but before I had been to see New York Rangers play, I was still a fan,
Right.
and I'm no more or less of a fan than I was before or after that I went to Madison Square Garden.
I don't.
Like it's so fucking ridiculous for like these people to sort of like dish out who is and who isn't. Who the fuck are you to tell people like,
what is your opinion?
What they're a fan of and what they're not a fan of?
On the same line of thought, what's your opinion though of someone who supports Man United, but they're from like?
So this was my next point.
From let's say Plymouth.
This is my next point, right?
Right.
Is that
one caveat?
Okay,
no tie as well. No ties. There's no family ties or anything like that.
Yeah, no. So this is my point, right? Because, like, there's the other argument people always make, right? Is like, oh, like, you know, they'll see a video of like a Man United video where they're talking to fans or whatever outside the stadium, and they're like, oh, look at all of those Manc accents. Do you know what I mean? Look at all those Manchester accents. Like, obviously, there's not a lot of Manchester accents.
Yeah.
Right. But what drives me crazy about that is if you were to actually look, right, and actually sort of dig deep, right, into all of the fan bases, right, how many people that are Liverpool fans, right, should technically be like a Warrington FC fan
Oh yeah.
that play in like in the League 10, right? How many Manchester fans, like either Man United fans or Man City fans, should technically be Bolton fans or Oldham fans?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And it goes on and on, like Leeds and Brentford, right? What, like where are you? And then you got stuff like
That's Norwich.
like Newcastle and Sunderland, right? They're like right next to each other.
Yeah.
Where's the line? Like where is it
but
in these fans that are gatekeepers that say like you should support your local team?
yeah.
How far out of Newcastle do you have to get before you're like no you need to be a Sunderland
Can
fan?
I say though that someone that I work with is a Sunderland fan, and they speak in depth about the fact that there is a line. There is literally a line, and that example doesn't work because those two fucking support their sides.
Yeah, that's fair, but I mean,
So that one's a better example.
Okay, well then Aston Villa, Birmingham,
Mm.
they're in the same city.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Everton.
Charlton and all of the
Well,
other
don't
teams.
even get me started on my London clubs.
Yeah, London's tricky.
Don't even. That's a Pandora's box. How many Chelsea fans, right, support
But,
Chelsea
okay.
just because they live in South London?
Good point.
But they're like next to the valley.
Good point.
They're like born in the like. Do you know
Looping back, because you're answering a question that I have and you're not answering the question. Man United fan,
Mm-hmm.
Plymouth. He lives in Plymouth. No ties to Man United.
I don't care what team you support and where you're from.
But you are a glory hunter.
I think it is the most not the you can't claim people that support Man United of being glory hunters nowadays.
No, if they're 6, yeah. But if they're fucking 20-something, then yeah, they probably are a glory hunter.
No, because here's the thing. There's a certain age now. United haven't won anything since 2013.
Yeah, but they're not Plymouth Argyle. They're choosing to support Man United.
Yes, but what I'm saying is like if you can't claim to be a glory hunter if they're not going for like Man City or Arsenal who are like winning.
No, I disagree.
That because
Again,
otherwise
okay,
then
no,
why?
no, but your
Because then
point,
you could
no!
be shut the
Your
fuck
point,
up.
your point here, right? But is you have to go. Okay, let's work out then exactly. They can be a glory hunter because they support United. They may not be good now. We support Charlton when they're in the Premiership.
Yeah, but my point is,
The ship sailed.
right? Who the fuck are these people to be like the arbiters of who you should support and dictate to people who they do support? You're like, it's so batshit
No, I
crazy.
agree.
There are so many reasons to support a team, right? To sit there and say you shouldn't support fucking Southampton because you were born in fucking Middlesbrough is mental.
No, here's the thing. I wouldn't say you shouldn't, but I think in the case of City, Arsenal, United, all of these fans across the UK, you can support who you want. That's great, and you get to watch Premier League football. It's brilliant. But if someone calls you a glory hunter, it's because you are.
Yeah, but like
also-
maybe in
also-
certain,
also
in, maybe in
you're-
certain things, but I don't think you can call someone a glory hunter if you're not going to a team that is fucking winning trophies.
No, I think you can because you're being really
Like,
pedantic about the
here's
word
the
glory
thing,
hunter.
Here's the thing, right? If let's say fucking I don't know, Middlesbrough is a good example. There's a team near Middlesbrough.
Everyone
Did
take
I
5.
write it down? I didn't. I can't remember. I think it might be. I can't remember. There's a team there. There's a team near Middlesbrough that are like same sort of like level, right?
Okay.
Is that glory hunting? If you go from like Middlesbrough to like a team slightly better than Middlesbrough,
No, I don't think so.
this is what I mean. It's like
I think though, but my point is, you're saying, oh, but Man United aren't winning the right. Okay, whatever. But you're picking one of the top teams in football that has basically no threat of going through tough. That's my point. That's glory hunting. It is. Okay, yeah, you didn't pick the team that's gonna but if you go, I'm gonna pick a top team, and you have no affiliation with that club, the reason why you picked that team is because you just want to support a successful team. It's fair enough.
yeah, but
But then people
but
need
when-
to not get butthurt when they
yeah,
get called a glory hunter.
But what I'm saying though is who is making these fucking rules? At what age then, right? Can you be like, I've supported, let's say, for example, you're an Arsenal fan. I've supported Arsenal my entire life, right? Where were you born? I was born in Brighton,
Yeah.
right? Where's the age where you're then a glory hunter because you've supported Arsenal your whole life? If you grew up an Arsenal fan, right, from the age of 8, you've been wearing Arsenal tops.
Yeah, but
Your heroes are all Arsenal. The whole life you've been growing up an Arsenal
this
fan.
is so much football
right?
talk. Yeah.
Where does it end?
Here's the
Where do
question,
you go
though.
Where do you go from you're just a glory hunter
Here's
as opposed to I've supported Arsenal since I was like
because there would
5
be
years
a why.
old.
There'd be a why. Why would a 5-year-old support Arsenal?
The most common is because
only
like
one
family
reason.
ties,
Family
but that's
ties,
not
done.
necessarily true because there's people that have grown up in fucking households that hate football,
Okay.
but they love football.
Okay.
And
And a 5-year-old
a fi-
chooses Arsenal.
Yeah,
Glory hunter.
yeah, you might be
Lose
right,
a little
but then at what
5-year-old.
point do you lose At what point do you lose the tag glory hunter?
Never. You live with that.
You don't even know what you were doing at 5. You just support a team.
Well,
It's mental.
do
I
better.
think, honestly, these dickheads on TikTok, right, that constantly go on and on about who you should and shouldn't support, need to just fucking grow the fuck up.
I love pissing
Like,
you
grow
off
up.
so much.
Grow up. Who the fuck are you?
I also know. I mean, I agree, and but again, I would just be like, oh, it's also the point though. Like, if you care about someone calling you a glory hunter, also grow up. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's
What team would you
that's
say
fair.
you support?
Charlton.
Glory hunter? No, I mean that's definitely not. To be fair, there's
Glory hunter.
There's only to be.
We're just scraping out of
There's
fucking
only
League One.
Yeah, there's only a handful of teams that are less.
We are
glory hunters.
clinging on to League One football.
Even when we were good, we weren't good.
No, we've never. Even when we were in the Premier League, we were always
Anyway,
like the team that were like.
If any of the American people who watch us are still listening, thank you, because that was 23 minutes about shit coffee and football.
I'm just saying it's mental. These people need to grow up.
Okay.
Support whoever the fuck you want to support,
Yeah.
and don't let anyone tell
But
you that you're not
also,
a
though-
real fan
but
because you haven't been to the game
I
or
think-
because you weren't born in
God,
fucking.
Lord, I don't know what. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what's happening. We might have to put a warning at the front. This program contains scenes of Ben.
This is
losing
your
his
fault
shit.
for unnecessarily pushing back in certain points. Though.
I always do. I always like to piss you off. What I was going to say though is there's another element of this that if you live in Brighton, as you say, Brighton's a bad example.
Because of the gays.
Right, well, yeah. Or Plymouth, somewhere like that, and you choose to support Man City, you are an idiot though, because you're making yourself not be able to go and see games. You're making you know you want the latest kit. It's 120 quid or something. Yeah, yep. New straw time. Get the new straw jingle in. Yeah, you're making it difficult. Whereas like the end of season sale for Charlton just happened, and you can get a top for like £13.
It's crazy, right?
You're not getting a United top for 13 quid.
It is baffling to me, isn't it? That like even a brand new Charlton top at the new season, it's like what 40 quid.
50, 55, I think. Yeah.
You want to get a new Arsenal top? It's like 90 quid.
Anyway, should we do music news? Should we get this back on the? Okay.
Am I supposed to be talking?
That is so much longer than I thought it was. Yeah, but it's on.
So
your
I need
type.
papers. It's on my type, which is horrible.
That's fine.
Hopefully that'll be fixed for next week.
We won't
But
talk about
I also
that.
feel like I then need to have headlines ready.
Hello.
To say no while that's because you know like that's what happens, isn't it?
Oh, that is true.
It's like tonight on BBC One.
Lizzo.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. We got, this is anticlimactic now, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've got
yeah,
one
yeah.
more that I'm going to show you as well, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get to that.
So I've got some news. Not a lot is happening. I've got to tell you.
Oh, that's fine.
Right. So it's gonna be real quick.
We did 20 minutes of football talk, so that's okay. We've had this right out.
So I wanted to blast through some headlines.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't pronounce their name now. Chechnya.
Chechnya, the country.
Yeah,
I thought
Chechnya. Like it's a Russian
Oh,
republic.
Chechnya. Okay.
Chechnya,
Sure,
right?
yeah. I thought
They-
you were
They've made headlines, right?
Okay.
Because they've introduced a new law, right,
Yeah, okay.
that bans all music that is too fast or too slow.
That feels like such a it'd be in the film like The Dictator or
It's
something.
crazy. Basically, all music that is made, right,
Yeah.
should correspond to a tempo of 80 to 116 beats per minute.
116, no dubstep, boys.
Yeah. So, like
that
all,
is great.
well, I think it's mainly from what I read, it's to sort of ban sort of European sort of techno rave type music.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But then I'm like,
Just
well, does it also like you can't have Chopin or like
Alright.
Beethoven playing because that's
Maybe.
now below 80 beats per minute.
it's wild.
So it's like so no classical music. That's gone.
What have they done with Russian classical music? Have they
I've
made
sped
sure?
it up
Yeah.
because it does say in there that there's a hard deadline. I can't remember when it is for all music to be rewritten that's being released. So any music that's been released in the country that falls outside of 80 to 116 beats per minute has been rewritten and re-recorded.
Can I say? I think that's
a bunch of Beethoven like really quick.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. What a cool! You're telling me if you weren't a dictator, you would just come up with a bunch of shit like that.
It's
Be like,
mental.
Yeah, and all-
that is like
Yeah.
that's like when I don't know, like a 15-year-old becomes the president of the
Yeah.
world or something.
all houses shall be painted green because I fucking love green. It's,
And I was like, I don't like music that is too fast or too slow.
fucking Goldilocks music. I love it. That's great.
Yeah,
Next.
cool little headline. This next one,
Yeah.
JoJo Swing. No, JoJo Siwa.
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 JoJo Siwa.
Siwa. I don't know, it's a stupid name.
Siwa.
Don't
JoJo
have
Siwa.
stupid names.
JoJo Siwa. Did we not cover JoJo Siwa last week?
No. I wanted to bring it up because I feel like it's an interesting discussion.
I don't know where this is going though, but I've been deep in. Oh no! Wait, sorry. I've in the
What, you been
rabbit
deep
hole.
in?
In the rabbit hole of JoJo Siwa.
Right. So she's come under fire for stealing a song. Right.
Oh, okay.
Why? What have you seen of it?
No. She's mental, mate.
So I don't know. I'm on about this specifically. So she's come under fire for stealing a song, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a piece of piss song, but it went viral, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's come under fire, and people have attacked her for stealing songs or whatever.
Yeah.
But it turns out, right, that song was originally written, right, either by or for Miley Cyrus, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Miley Cyrus then didn't want it. She was like, I don't like it. I don't want it. So gave it to another artist,
Yeah.
right? That other artist then recorded it, but then didn't like it, so didn't release it. Right? So then JoJo
JoJo Siwa.
Siwa
Yeah.
bought the rights to that song,
Okay.
right? And then released the song. I don't think people understand how music works. Because she owns that song now. That is her song. She hasn't stolen anything. She's bought the rights to the song. That song now belongs to her. It's her song.
Yeah.
Right? But I also think people don't realise how common that is. Like, that happens all the time in the music industry. All the time. There are songs that are written either by artists or for artists that they then go, I don't like it.
Yeah. Happens.
And
all
then
the
these
time.
songs, they just sit sort of in limbo. They don't belong to anyone. And then sometimes someone will buy it and then not release it. And again, it's the same sort of thing. It happens all the time. It's the same with Hollywood and scripts.
Yeah.
Like there's a massive file of scripts in Hollywood that are like they're full movie scripts that have been written, and then no one's picked it up, nothing's happened with it, and then eventually whoever's written it has gone, well, I'm giving up on it as well now, and then they sit in a vault.
Yeah.
And like every once in a while, like a film will come out, and it'll be a massive film, and it's a film that someone found in the vault, and they went, I think this could work, and they've rewritten bits of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I just don't think people understand how common that is.
A good example of that as well is so I am there's a few albums I really love by Ingrid Michaelson, a female singer-songwriter, and she wrote a song for Cheryl Cole called Parachutes. It's quite a big song, and then like a few years later Ingrid Michaelson released it herself, and it was way better for me as a fan. But it was because she did own that. Cheryl Cole got the song written for her.
Hasn't Ed Sheeran done that a bunch? Hasn't Ed Sheeran
Ed Sheeran's written fucking everything.
Well, but this is the thing, but I think that started, like, the first time he ever did it is because he wrote a song, he liked it, but he was like, I don't think this isn't like a song for me. This isn't, like, I've written a song, it's not an Ed Sheeran song. Mm-hmm. So then he's shopped it around and gone, here's a song, I think this would be good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's turned out to be a banging song written by Ed Sheeran. Like, it's really common.
To go back to JoJo Siwa. So JoJo Siwa was one of these like dance, the dance mums shows that happened, where it's about the American culture of like where they get the young girls to dance and do pageantry and stuff like that. She's one of those. Then became a social media personality and then became a musician. Right, the tale as old as time. I'm gonna do this. I'm kind of gambling here on just opening someone else's Instagram.
Dramatic of a change yet. No one has made in my generation this extreme of a switch, and I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's got to do it.
I don't know what she's talking about, right? But there's an epidemic of celebrities that think they're the first person to do it. It's like when Jennifer Lawrence went up on stage and when nobody has given a chance to make to giving like the lead action films to females. Like there's not really been any female leads in action movies. I'm like the first. That. I mean, it's like, what are you talking about?
So she's saying the genre change and her branding change. No one has ever done. No one has ever. Right, but I will then cut it again. I didn't think we would be talking about JoJo Siwa, so I hadn't prepped this. But I'm hoping this is the video I want.
Dream guest on my podcast?
That's not now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, let's spice things up. One of my exes. Oh?
Just what is going on at the moment? I do love that dream guest on my podcast.
I don't want to comment too much, right? Because
comment. Should be alright.
I just feel like we're making the wrong people famous.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that she's in that brand of it was a kid one, and then she's grown up as a famous kid, and you're always going to be mental when you. Anyway, that's the JoJo Siwa news of the day. I'll roll the graphic.
Yeah, and then last bit of. Oh, it's not the last bit of news. Actually,
okay,
sorry.
that's fine.
I lied. But I wanted to mention, have you seen, like, we've spoken about AI music, obviously, a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's the big topic in the music industry right now.
Yeah.
Right?
I have an AI thing to show you later.
But have you seen some of the softwares that have come out? Like, because tech companies are putting fucking millions and millions and millions. There's a new one that's just launched that's got backing of like Will.i.am and a couple of other rappers and stuff, which it confuses me. Why
would they be?
Why are musicians like endorsing like AI software? I don't understand it.
Greed.
Probably
it's to cash in on a
for sure.
Phase.
For sure. But there's one called Suno. I don't know if you've heard of it. But I bring it up because there's some Twitch streamers that I somewhat follow on YouTube because they make YouTube videos. And there's one where they had a competition who could make the best AI generated music.
Right.
All in sort of light-hearted fun, a comedy sort of thing. And I think it was Will Neff. I think he's the streamer who hosted this thing on his YouTube channel. And he even said, in fairness to him, like he appreciates the sort of like controversial issue of AI music, and like he's all of the money that he made from that stream and that video are going to support like artists and like, I don't know, charities, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit weird. But I was watching that just mainly out of curiosity to see the software. It is fucking crazy, dude. It's so crazy. Like literally all they had to do, right, to make an entire fucking song, right, with lyrics, with like vocals and everything, was to literally just in a little tiny little box,
Was it just text?
just put a short description of what they're looking for. Techno,
Does it work
like
quick?
drum and bass, whatever.
What the
boom,
hell?
boom.
What do we want? Should we do one?
Like genre, whatever, and it just makes the song.
This
It
is
literally
insane.
took it took them like a minute.
I mean, do we should
I don't know if it's like, I don't know if you've got it. It's free.
Should we
Might as
try?
well,
I
like
think
try it.
we can?
But it just, to me, like I feel like this sort of software could be so beneficial, right? And it could really, really make making music accessible to so many people, right? And still keep an element of this was made by humans.
Yeah.
But this software is there's not. It's literally, it's just AI music. It's mental. I don't know how any musician can endorse it.
I'm fascinated by this. Yeah, your Google account just have all of our information. That's what's the worst.
Do you know what I love?
happen.
I used to be really, really skeptical about all of that stuff, like
Have I
signing
done
in
it?
with accounts or whatever.
Yeah.
But we live in a world now where literally every single bit of your information just gets sold.
Yeah, it's out
Like,
of our
'cause
hands.
you
now.
always have to give your information to someone, right? Like
Um,
whether it's a government sort of thing or the NHS or whatever. As soon as you've done that, everyone has your data.
the bloody what I said about the Charlton store, I went on there and I looked at some things, and then the next day they emailed me like, "Wow, we saw you looked at these things." And I'm like, "How do you know what my fucking email address is?"
yeah, it's mental. And then I also got an email. I got an email last week from Vans, right?
Yeah.
Now the crazy thing is I bought a pair of Vans from the
Crazy.
Vans website
It's crazy.
about like 15 years ago.
Oh, that is a bit crazy.
About 15
Yeah.
years ago, right? And I'm obviously just on a mailing list. Right, I haven't bought Vans since then. Got an email last week saying, just to let you know, there's been a big data breach. And we've lost all your data. And then
Right.
literally since that email, I get about
You just get
4
loads of
phone
emails.
calls a day,
Oh,
all from
no.
different. Here's one. I'll throw this out there. This is. I'll show you later, right? The proof, the evidence.
Okay.
I got 2 phone calls the other day.
We're getting
Right.
quite far away from the thing we said.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
But I got 2 phone calls the other day, right?
Yeah.
And they're like unknown numbers. I don't answer just unknown numbers unless I'm expecting a certain call or whatever, right? And normally I know what the number looks like.
Yeah.
So I didn't answer it. But then I searched afterwards, reverse search. Who was that?
Yeah.
Normally it'll bring up a who called site,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
there'll be a bunch of people
50
saying
negative.
it's a scam. It's like I picked it up. They're trying to sell me this or whatever. I put it in. It was a pizza shop in like Hull,
Weird.
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. But I know that scammers can clone
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
numbers so that it looks like you're getting a phone call from a bank or whatever. But it was a pizza shop, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
that's weird. About 2 hours later, I got another call, right? I reverse searched it. It was a different pizza shop.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Are they
It was a
just full of
different. It
people
was a
on the blower?
completely different pizza shop, right? But it got me thinking, right? One, like, why would you use a pizza shop
Yeah, I don't know.
if you're cloning a number to like try and scam someone? Why would anyone call a pizza shop back,
I don't know.
right?
Yeah.
And 2, even if they did call the pizza shop back, right? I'll preface this: it was at like 9 o'clock in the morning, right?
Not pizza time.
What the hell am I going to be calling a pizza shop for back at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Here's where it
Why are
wasn't.
they calling me? They're not even open.
Here's where though they're listening now, and you entered a competition to win free pizza. They're just trying to let you know you won.
It's just, I've never seen that before.
It is odd. Right, look, Suno. What's it, Suno?
I think Suno.
I did a polka pop song about 2 fat podcast hosts.
Mm-hmm.
And you reckon that'll be enough?
Yeah. It will spit something out.
No shame at all. Their bellies so round. They stand
crazy,
tall
right?
in every episode.
It's
And that's
clunky.
actually a bad example though, because
Yeah.
I saw them get way better results. But
Maybe my
but this
description
is the
wasn't
thing
great as
though.
well.
That's the thing. All you got to do is put in a description of that, play around with it a little bit, and within 5 minutes you can get a halfway decent sounding song. But I just think
I'm doing one more. A gangster rap song in the theme of the Cantina band from Star Wars.
Yeah.
That seems obscene. That is crazy. I really do agree that that's insane. What
and
what are we doing?
how quickly was it as well?
Dude.
Like how quick did that happen?
I'm a bit upset. Is there more news after this? Or is that it?
Oh, there was one little bit I wanted to mention.
It's called Intergalactic Gangsters.
Go for it.
Alright, it's still loading. I've done a thing, right, and I wish I had this tool available, that in a minute there's something and you have to determine which parts of it are AI generated. It's another, like that breaking news one.
But this is all of it.
What do you mean?
All of it's AI.
This? Yeah, I understand. So, Intergalactic Gangsters, here we go.
In a galaxy far, far away where the gas spray. We got the Cantina band rocking all day. Ain't nothing better than a gangster dance party. Smuggling spice, sipping on Bacardi.
So I think what's happened is it's misinterpreted, like
The
in the theme.
it should be in the
theme,
style.
of the Cantina music from Star Wars.
Should I put in
That's
the style?
rapping about.
In the style and genre. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's on me. Sorry. Okay. What was your other news? And I'll come back to this
So
one.
my other news, it kind of ties into a comment we got on a TikTok that we made about the Glastonbury lineup, and someone said you just go to download.
Yeah.
And in fairness, it is sick. Like it's always been a festival that I've wanted to go to, and I don't even know why I haven't ever been to download.
No.
Because it
a
always
good point.
every year it has a good lineup, which you can't say for pretty much any festival these days. But I didn't realize Sum 41 are retiring.
Yeah,
they're
I heard about
disbanding.
this.
And this will be their last UK festival.
Tour.
So they might. I think there might still be some concerts here and there,
They're doing Slam Dunk as well, aren't they? I think.
maybe. But this is their last major UK festival.
Yeah.
And it just got me thinking, because I was like, Sum 41. That is fucking crazy. They've been around for like what 20 years since they formed, I think.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how they still have like, and it's like, because I remember, because I saw Sum 41. I don't even know when.
Saw
Like,
it at Guildhall,
maybe
it'd be
like
2011 or
Southampton
2012.
Guildhall. It would have been around 2011, 2012 time.
Yeah.
And even then, right, I was like an adult, right? How old would I have been? I would have been like 20, 21, 22, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it is.
I
10
went
years.
in there,
That's quite easy.
and I kid you not, I was the oldest. Like me
Really?
and my friends, we were like the oldest people there. Everyone there was like 14 to 16.
That's
It
so
was
weird.
mental. I've never seen anything like it, and I was like it's weird, but I also it was so awesome how relevant Sum 41 were to
Yeah.
a younger audience, right? And it just seems there's not a lot of bands that I can think of that have still managed to sort of like keep the old fan base sort of like there, while
still
also
having
bringing in this like young fan base. I feel like if they wanted to, they could go on for like another 20 years. But sick, like they were one of my first sort of like favorite bands. So
Yeah.
just thought I'd mention it.
I do agree. I saw the comment, and like the lineup for download does look amazing. I'm not like I've never been a metalhead, but like they seem to just have a lot of the classic rock and heavier rock side as well. So it's I've been told download is a really good festival as well. Like we have spoken before about festivals that get great bands, but the festivals suck. Like you go in there and it's just like a dirty, horrible
Reading.
festival. Reading is it? Here's Cantina Madness, and then we'll move on.
Yo, step into the cantina where the gangsters reside. In the galaxy far, far away, we let the blasters
artwork
collide.
is
Aliens from different planets.
absolutely awesome.
So it hasn't quite got the theme though.
Let me just zoom in so people can see that. How cool that is.
It's
not on the screen. Oh, yeah.
Kind of is. That's insane though. That really is crazy. What we do.
But here's the thing though, you can sit there and spend like another 10 minutes playing around with the description and get different sounds.
I will.
And it's fun as it is. It just makes
scary,
me think
though.
It's scary, but it also, like I said, I think if they implemented that system in a completely different way, right, so that it wasn't just generating music, maybe generating the actual tones or whatever you want, but then you could have like people select instruments you want, or this, that, and the other, but then you'd have to like maybe make it accessible so that people that don't know music or don't know how to read or write music can sort of like pick what notes they want and where it can go and the length of notes or whatever. Something is there, and I can see it in my head where there's this awesome software that means people that have no experience making music, can't play any instruments, can sit down and make music.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like that would be a happy balance between AI, like just fucking ruining what is an art form.
Yeah.
And people that can't do it, that don't have the talent level to make music, to be able to join the club and make music.
Yeah. No, I agree. Or like, and have some element of creativity still required.
Yeah.
For me, that would be it. Like if you could hit a button, your mic comes on your laptop, and you go, and then it's like, da-da-da, and then it makes it into music.
Yeah.
Fine. Or if you typed lyrics out and went, sing this in this style, whatever.
Because I was going to say maybe my line though is the vocals. There's something about AI generated vocals that I'm just like,
it's uncomfortable
under any circumstance. I'm like, I don't know how fit.
Do you want to? Are we listening to music now?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, your job here is to it'll be there to see. You need to decide if this is AI generated, this video, or not. Okay. Some of it might be, and also there's a hidden game, side game. You then have to guess what the prompt was. Okay, if it was AI generated. So, here we go. Let's listen to some music. It is the submission spot. So your track in.
So not all of it was AI. Or was it all AI?
All of it was AI.
Well, so I think the clearly the bit with me and you, in it is AI.
I'm glad that you,
And I'm assuming you just put like fat ginger bloke listening to music, and then fat non-ginger bloke listening to music.
Correct. Yeah.
And then the one that isn't AI.
Yeah.
The thing.
No, that one is AI as well.
Oh.
Yeah, that is AI.
I don't know what you
didn't know what the problem was.
I don't know, Mr. Blobby.
It was Mr. Blobby. It was Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby playing guitar in Paris?
Yeah, something like, I don't think I'd specified Paris.
Blobby's in Paris?
I'll just play it and then I'll cut it afterwards. But yeah, so that was obviously Blobby. Maybe I did say Paris.
I take back everything I said about AI. That is great.
Maybe we just keep
Mr. Blobby in Paris.
Should we just keep that? The end was a bit long. I did the end bit, the little vinyl player and the text, but maybe I just sacked that off.
No, it looked fine.
Okay, cool. Let's listen to music. I forgot what we were doing. I was excited to show you my work. Okay, we've got 3. I'm a bit worried we've listened to one of them before.
Nah, it'd be fine.
I'm a bit worried we've had a conversation about listening to them before as well. Look at this picture. We've seen this, haven't we?
I can't see it.
Oh, it's not on the screen. But that's fine.
I think we have seen it.
We'll just listen. Maybe they've resubmitted. Maybe not. This is Blue Trumpet Theatre.
Clown Foolery.
Clown Foolery.
We haven't listened to them. I would have made a comment about the name. That's a great name.
Someone click this.
Clown Foolery.
If we've listened to this before. We're listening from 48
Where
seconds. I don't know. I think Sweden. Is it Sweden? Damn it doesn't say. They're from somewhere fun. I think they're Swedish. What have I just said they're called? Yeah, Umeå, Sweden. Probably said that wrong. Genre guess?
I was going to go rock, mate. Just a box standard rock.
Okay, let's have a look.
We don't even have the time to talk before you walk out the door, and you don't seem to see me anymore. I knew it right from the start that one day you'd break my heart, but now as you fall apart, you come back to me.
Are you sure
We've listened to this before, haven't we? That's fine.
Yeah,
That
100%.
bit sounds French. So it just is an accordion.
Should we just really quickly just go, yeah, that's great, and then move on? It sounds harsh, but
Yeah, we've listened to that before. That's on me.
Definitely.
Sorry. Okay, so we'll listen to 2. And maybe we've listened to the other 2. Who knows? I've lost count. We'll get new submissions. I think I've hit the end of the list and I've started duplicating. Sounds great. It's a great sound. It's very nice, very fun, very pleasant, very interesting. Sam Lee. Ready to listen to Sam Lee?
Sam Lee.
Sam Lee.
Where are they from?
Lee Sharp.
Not very on it.
What do you mean? Oh no, I haven't written it down. Sam Lee is roughly from, if you were to throw a
The Northern Hemisphere.
Martinsville, VA, which we all know is
Vancouver?
Vermont,
Vermont?
Virginia. I don't know. Any guesses? Genre guess? So Sam Lee.
Sam Lee. Rap.
This is called Toxic Shit, so you might be right.
You blow my phone up, you know I give in. Don't act like we both don't know what you did. You know that what you want, you gonna get. Fuck you for making me feel like a bitch. I know that this shit just ain't right. Know you running out of time, thinking about what's on my mind. Give it to you like you're mine. You know you're mine, you know you're mine. Give it some time. You know you're mine, you know you're mine. Give me some time. You know you're mine, you know you're mine.
There we go. That's Sam Lee. Interesting.
Yeah,
Well
chill.
produced. That's a Vibe Check Productions. That's that Chris fella.
Hanson.
Take a seat. Sounds great. Yeah. Oh, good lord, what have I just done there? Never mind. Yeah, no, it sounds really good. It's obviously it's interesting genre.
It's just like chill, mellow.
CC Beats. That's who I'm talking about when I say
Right,
Chris. I was trying to remember the name. Sorry, that was disrespectful. Interesting because obviously from his side, I know he's started a label up and has worked with a few different artists. One is very poppy, so he's obviously
Diverse.
very diverse in what he's
Catalogue.
doing, which I don't know. I personally, if I was starting a company like that, I would probably be like, this is my lane, but see what works. Sometimes as well, what you can do is just like if you throw 10 darts and see where one of them ends up,
Well, I mean,
and one of them will stick.
that is essentially the model of the big publishers and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you look at Sony, like there are so many bands that get signed by Sony.
Yeah,
Maybe 1 out of every 50 will get big,
yeah. I will say,
or big enough to be like selling albums and stuff. Most of them will be signed, and they won't really go anywhere.
I will say they will. It's a very good analogy, but typically they would still be in a niche.
Yeah,
They would sign 100 pop artists, and then one of them will be a pop artist.
yeah.
A big pop
And
artist.
it's not,
One of them will be Lana
it's
Del
not
Rey.
to take anything away from being signed, because if you've been signed by Sony, it still means you're essentially paid full time to be in a band,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I always think it's like it's the equivalent of like a football player playing in the National League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
you're playing football.
They're playing football full time, and they have enough to live on, right? But they're not earning millions like you are in the Premier League.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, no, it was a cool sound though. I know lots and lots of people that would listen to that. I'm a proper vanilla boy when it comes to music, so I listen to pop and indie rock. So, and some things will break through. But this, the last artist we're going to listen to today is "This Body Is All I Have in This World." Is the artist?
They've got no possessions.
Well, as long as they're not lying
Very
in
John
their band
Lennon.
name. Do you have a guess for genre?
Where are they from?
Salem, M.A., which is obviously
Massachusetts. Did either of us say that right?
Probably not. Massachusetts. Yeah. Any guess? Genre? I would guess like a singer-songwriter, Ben Howard-y vibe.
I'm gonna go sort of like slow, sort of like electro.
Let's see. Both on. That's a minute, a little bit over.
I love it. I like it a lot.
Really cool.
I really liked the obviously the sort of repeat of the first like intro, like 4 bars or whatever.
Yeah.
And I liked how the vocals came in before the end of that sort of.
Yeah, it's quite
repeat.
syncopated in the,
yeah, I like that.
the makeup.
And I liked everything worked really well. Everything was good. It interacted with each other really well, and I liked the breakup as well after that. The sort of slow, sort of harmonized.
Yeah,
because that came in. There is a sort of a technical feedback.
Yeah, some critique,
some
maybe.
critique. Like I said, this is nothing at all with subjective opinions on the sound, like the actual music. It's more, I feel like in terms of the mix, I think the vocals were a little bit lost in the mix.
Yeah, possibly. They list it there shoegaze / post-punk. That might be why when you make shoegaze and things like that, and ambient music, you tend to try and make the vocals more instrumental. But I do agree.
I think it just gets a bit too lost in
this
there.
was less shoegazy and actually a very consumable.
Because I think it was hard to sort of pick up on what was being said. I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying you necessarily need to always be able to understand what's being said or whatever, but I just feel like I feel like the instrumentals was just slightly above the vocals a bit too much.
Yeah, that's fair enough feedback.
That's my only feedback.
What I did like as well, I'll say, it because of the type of music it does build slowly. That's what it does. And in my head, I was like, man, I really hope we get to see where it goes to. And instead of it going to, it went to, and I loved that. It was like, oh, this is going to go somewhere. Whereas it dropped down instead of up, and that was really cool. It's a great example of a dynamic variance we always talk about. Sometimes it's not about just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but the impact can be less.
Yeah, 100%. It's like there are so many examples as well sometimes where the dynamic range works, and it's because you've stripped everything back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you have fast pace and then you strip everything back, and it's real.
It's quite
sort of acapella almost.
Acapella.
Do you know what I mean?
Acapella. He sounds like he
I don't
managed
know.
Italy.
I might be having a stroke. Fabio Acapella.
Yeah. I was curious on their Instagram. It kind of looks like they've changed their name to "This Body Is" instead of "This Body Is All I Have in the World," or they've decided that was too long on an Instagram handle. That might be one bit of feedback.
When they were typing in the name for that, someone accidentally pressed enter.
Yeah. I personally, This Body Is might be a better name than This Body Is All I Have in This World, because that's freaking long.
It's a bit long for a band name.
Mouthy. But everything else is really good. Your branding looks really good. Your Instagram looks really good, which I don't have up, but there we go. Look, so it's all really like consistent. Much better than anything I would do myself. But yeah, no, I really like it. I would personally be like, you're not even really shoegazy. You're something else. You're very, very consumable music. At least that track was.
Yeah, it's consumable, but it's not like overly commercial.
No, not at all.
Like it's not. It's still quite unique and like I love it. I would
rather lovely.
100%. I would.
It sounded like I could imagine it's the sort of music when we spoke about the CD cases and putting CDs on. That's the sort of shit we would put on and drive on a sunny day. Do you have anything else? I think that's
it. Although there is a TikTok.
Oh, there is a TikTok.
We might as well finish on that. I thought it was. I saw this and because you know how like there's a trend at the moment of mashing two songs together.
Yeah.
I think this one might be the best of all time.
We're a big fan of There I Ruined It does that a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's check this out then.
But this one just slaps. It has no right of slapping as much as it does.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off.
Is that not one of the best things you've ever heard?
It's very good.
Everything fits perfectly. Like the time signatures are just.
Oh, Thomas, what's happened? That's great.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's what we go out on.
I know, and for anyone like I don't know, under the age of 20, this is what Thomas the Tank Engine used to sound like.
This is before they made him all animated and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
something blew my mind the other day. I can't remember what show it was. Scooby Dooby Doo.
Right.
The theme song.
Scooby Doo, yeah.
It's crazy. Scooby Doo.
Oh,
the theme
all
song.
of them are pissing around with that though. They all change it.
Yeah, but this apparently this is. I think this is how old we are, because I saw a TikTok of someone speaking to a kid, right? And it would be like, listen to this, everybody. This is going to blow your mind, right? What's the Scooby Doo theme song? And then they start singing the Scooby Doo theme song, and it's like, I've never had that in my life, right?
Yeah.
But then when I looked it up, right, the Scooby Doo theme song, it changed in like 2006 or something. Like it changed so long ago.
God. Oh, ad. Sorry. Well,
and then I'm like, am I that old, right? That like, even like, have you ever heard this before?
I actually have, but I think I've heard it on TikTok.
Really? I've never heard this in my life until about a week ago when TikTok showed me.
Simple Plan. That's so funny. Yeah.
But it changed really. Like I want to
didn't
say
put
it
the
was like
video
in
on, I
like
just did the sound.
2003 or something. And I was like, "There's no way."
Now I'm just getting distracted. Sesame Street have done on a tiny desk. What is that?
We'll save it for next week.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll cover that next week. It's 4 years old, but hey, breaking news. Oh, I'll run the breaking news theme for it as well. Right, I'm happy with that. You happy with that?
Yeah.
We did it. See you later.